Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for another episode of Factorio here in our step-by-step to Megabase series. In the previous episode we have built a contraption to craft all the necessary blue science packs. However, we are now finally running into a bottleneck. If we just quickly go ahead and check the required materials to get all these science packs so far and scroll all the way down, we can see it is close to 30 iron plates per second. Right now with our current rate we are only getting 15, that is half. I believe if we go ahead and utilize the entirety of the ore patch we might be getting this all the way up to 30. So that is the first thing we're gonna do in order to attempt to close the gaps. It is time for another research. I think I'm gonna go for the next science packs right away, just in order to unlock them and so we know what's ahead of us. But maybe let's first go for advanced material processing here, which is gonna give us access to electric furnaces. Good, without any further ado, let's go ahead and pick up a couple of miners here. 200, very nice. And then right here, let's maybe reroute the copper. And then basically I wanna get rid of everything on the ore patch. I'm also gonna redo the power poles so they still connect while I'm gonna be taking this apart. And I want to do this as quickly as possible so we can get the new mines going. Okay, I think I got everything. Let's have a look at the outpost planner options here. And what I want to see is red and yellow belts. So we want to use both types of belts. We also want to use the first tier of power poles and the rest I think we can just leave be. So that is going to be our settings for the outpost planner. No, as a matter of fact, we also need to set the direction to west. And I want to connect all the belts into one single red belt. So that is the last thing we have to make sure to set. Then I want to encompass the entirety of the iron ore patch and we're going to plan this out just like that. And now we know how we can cover the entirety of the shebang. And we also know which trees are still in the way. Like all of you have to go. Okay, I think I did it. Let's just set up all the miners. Some right here, some right there. And this then is pretty much gonna cover the entirety of the field. We also want to set up a bunch of power poles. Let's see if we manage to do this. It is now pretty dark. I need some lights, please. There we go, that is much better. I think we almost covered everything except for this guy. And now all we need to do is set up the belts. And you can already see the outpost planner is calculating just what type of belt you need. Like in this case, we need to switch to red belts. And then this right here would be our output. Very nice. Now I just need to go ahead and collect some of my red belts here. Give me those and we can hook this up quite easily. Also a splitter here and let's not forget about this line. Good. Looks like we have everything activated. If we check the ratio now, we are getting more than 30 per second, which is perfect. That means all we have to do is upgrade the entirety of the belt here, all the way up to the top. Well, all the way up to the top is probably not necessary, but I'm still gonna do it. And we also need to upgrade the output belt. So this guy here on the side right there needs to be upgraded all the way to here. And then of course also the other side right there. And this way we will achieve a ratio of 30 per second. Of course, however, this all needs to be upgraded to steel furnaces to make them doubly as quick. And now the 48 furnaces in this line are going to produce double the amount as before. Now we just have to upgrade the belts accordingly, like this line definitely needs to be upgraded. Also potentially this one here, we want to make this a tiny bit faster. And also this guy. And now we can see we have a completed and compressed belt here. That is good. However, the iron does get stuck at certain points. We need to make sure this doesn't happen. One way we could do that is with a splitter. So one side is being used up way more frequently. If we just set up a splitter here and add a little curve there, the distribution is going to be better. And we're just going to upgrade this to a red underground belt to continue the coal line. Okay, this is now looking very good. The next bottleneck is this splitter here. And then potentially make this a little bit faster as well. And that. Oh, hang on. Maybe we now need a little bit more power. Yeah, this could be an issue. Oh no, some of the miners are already done. What a shame. But according to my calculations, we are gonna require lots more coal. Let's add some more miners. Just very crudely hook them up. Yeah, looks like it wasn't that dramatic. I'm still gonna go ahead and expand on my steam turbine setup here. We can support a grand total of 20 boilers this way. Currently we have 10, so why not go ahead and just expand this by another 10. We're gonna build 10 boilers, but then I also need 20 steam engines to make this work. There we go. The steam turbine setup now expanded. We just need to input the coal and it definitely looks like we have enough. So just some power poles and there we go. We should now have doubled our power. Also the amount of pollution we're setting out, but it is still looking kind of good. We might have to take care of this nest very soon. But with the mining outposts that are gonna come in the future, this is gonna be problematic either way. It is now also finally time to make a better setup for the stone here. We can actually output our inventory using Y onto a belt. And of course, the faster the belt, the faster we can get rid of those materials. But I think what I want to do here with the stone deposit is also do an outpost planner build. This way we ensure to cover the entirety of the patch. And we can do it the same way as before with the same settings. Get this patch going and plan this out. Very nice. So now this will be going up here instead of there. First I want to get rid of the trees again. Actually, there were not many in the way. Let's get this built. And of course it has to become nighttime as we start to build this. But there we go. The only thing we're missing now are the belts. And just like that, we upgraded our output to 12 per second. And we only need about 8 or so. But we are now losing more and more miners here in the iron department. One way we could counteract that is by making certain miners quicker. Like right now we are getting 27.5 per second and we need 30 to keep everything up. Looks like I had a little mistake here from the previous episode and the throughput of the steel was halted there. That of course means I had absolutely no engine units, but it is now fixed and they are being delivered as we speak. Okay, we are once again crafting the chemical science packs. Now at this point it looks like I'm not getting enough oil in the joint. This could be an issue. I mean, it's not that much of a problem because we have plenty of materials, but once we start using them more, that will be an issue. I also had to fix this line here, just in case you saw that and were screaming at the screen. But what I'm gonna do now is craft myself a couple of these speed modules. We might be able to increase the amount of oil we're getting. Right here we can see our current production with the oil wells. It's 42.9 per second. If we go ahead and upgrade 2 of these machines with the speed modules, let's see what changed. We now get 55 per second. So speed module 1, not the best. I think what we should do now is go for some cliff explosives in order to be able to set up another well. There's another research done. Let's see, what do we want to go for? Lubricant would actually be nice, but I think I'm just going to go for the production science pack, so I can already prepare in my mind what this is going to entail. Actually now I know what happened. I need 2 machines for the pipes and not for the gears, so the ratio needs to change here. That is very interesting that I mixed this up. I'm really sorry about that. Hopefully you were able to figure this out on your own or check the comments, but we only need 1 for the gear and then 2 for the pipes. Also, we can probably downgrade this as we now have the inserter upgrades. Let's upgrade some more military stuff, such as refined reflamables. And yeah, what else did I want to do? I wanted to make some cliff explosives. Let's quickly take care of that, shouldn't be too hard. All we need is coal, sulfur and water, all of which we have available. So we need to go ahead and build a chemical plant for crafting the explosive. And I'm gonna get that going right here. Craft explosives. What do we need? Coal, sulfur and water is gonna come from here. So that's even easier than I anticipated. We just bring this around there and input it. We also input some of that shebang and some of that. Get a power pole going right there. And just like that, we have explosives. Very nice. Let's set up a storage chest for that. And we're gonna limit this to, let's say, 5 stacks. Now we just need these explosives, empty barrels and grenades to make cliff explosives. An empty barrel is made with steel plates. Don't I have those nearby? I should. Yeah, some steel plates are over here. We could curve these around and kind of do a U-turn. Get these over here. And now I should have access to them as well. I'm just gonna set up a simple crafting table for the barrels. Get this in here and export it out again. Meanwhile, we have researched another thing, stronger explosives, definitely. Now the grenades are gonna be a little bit of a different story. We could potentially add a little machine here responsible for that. We just curve these around a little bit. Get a normal inserter and a long-handed one here in order to craft the grenades. Where are you? Oh, I think we're being attacked. Yeah, it is happening. Oh, no. You little bastard. I don't believe you. Dude, that's not good. I don't even know where this guy came from. Wait, where are my magazines? Oh no, get these over here. Yes. Oh no, they are attacking. Ah! So that was actually the first wave. Oh, it's not over. These little bastards, where did they come from? I don't even know. I don't think we are touching a nest. Either way, what were we up to? Let's see. I wanted to craft cliff explosives and I wanted to extract the grenades. We can easily do that here. Maybe get rid of that so we can hop over there. Another research done. Maybe let's go for lab research speed. That might be useful. Either way, what I would like to see is a way for my grenades to go through this mess. And then we're just gonna make it end up on the other side of the belt. And we should have all the materials available. We can grab them with a long-handed inserter like this. Very basic. Set up another storage chest. Actually, let's do that right next to the first one. So we have these guys next to each other. And I would like to set this up here. However, we also want to hook up some cabling to this, some logic. We want to wait for some explosives until we have more than 50 would be desirable. And only then we are starting to build the cliff explosives. And they're going to be stored in here. We want to store about 3 stacks or so. Very nice. But with these first cliff explosives, I'm going to be capable of adding another pump jack. And while we are doing that, let's craft 4 more speed modules. Looks like we already crafted 1,000 chemical science packs. Pretty nice. And I just celebrated that by busting our pipe. But what I really wanted to do was use my cliff explosives to free up this space and finally get another pump jack going. We should also have our speed modules so I can fill the remaining 2 up. And that is gonna give us just how much oil? 76 per second. And if we just briefly check our oil needs here, we need 84. So we're not quite there yet, but pretty close. Lab research speed is done. Let's get into some more advanced stuff here. For instance, advanced electronics 2. That will give us access to the 3rd type of electronic circuit and certainly also the most expensive one. Alright, so there's only one more thing to upgrade and that is our copper mining site. I'm gonna get rid of whatever the heck we have going on so far. And we should then be able to use our outpost planner once again to set this up perfectly. There's going to be an awful lot of trees that we have to remove. And while I'm doing that, I'm also crafting some more speed modules. Dude, we're already being attacked again. What is going on? I need to investigate this. Yeah, look at that. Holy cow. We also have spitters in the joint now. These little bastards. Another research done, robot follower count, or maybe we should get more into military. Yeah, probably. Or mining productivity. I really like that one too, but there are more reasonable researches, maybe the speed modules too. But these attacks, man, they need to stop. They come from a nest that hasn't been there previously, so I have no choice other than to investigate. It's so weird. It's coming. Ah, look at that. Yeah, I found it. This is the new nest. You little boogers, you. Let's go ahead and start taking them out. We now have medium biters and everything. So take my grenades. Yeah, dude, I now need access to the next vehicle, which is the tank. So we should work towards that. There it is. Not much to go, just military 3 and then the tank. So this sounds like a reasonable goal. But yeah, until then, we'll just have to make do with what we got going on. There it is, already finished. Let's go for the tank right away. 250 science packs. That is going to be an extremely worthy upgrade and we might even improve on that by building rockets. Like we have a decent rocket recipe, we just need some electronic circuits and iron plates. But yeah, essentially all I wanted to do is get some more upgrades, so potentially we can get this mining rig back up to 30 per second. Though looks like currently we have 26, but if I just keep on adding a couple of these speed modules, we should be doing better. Oh, I totally forgot to finish the copper thingamabob. Whoops, my bad, now everything is starved of copper. What you gonna do? Working on it. We just crafted 10,000 red science packs. Not too shabby, I have to say. But with that out of the way, we freed up all the space that we required for our mining rig. And let's just go ahead, set this up finally. Okay, just try to ignore the power poles. The main thing is the rig is now working again and we should be getting plenty of that copper. We don't necessarily need a throughput of 30, but I'm still gonna upgrade this for now, at least up to the smelting point. But there we go, now we got the copper incoming again. We just need to let the factory recover a little bit. as it now used up everything, I'm just gonna wait for a second. Very nice, all the furnaces are starting to work again, and with a throughput of 15 plates per second, we should be able to supply the entirety of the factory so far. Okay, with all of these fixes out of the way, we have now balanced the input of the raw resources, and by the time we start to use them up completely, we will be expanding towards the next ore patches and bring them back using trains. But with that out of the way, we're gonna wrap up today's episode. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Have a great time and see you in the next one. Bye bye.